There we go. Oh.
Okay. So if I ask questions, so does it just work as a comment? Is that the way to?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. You just entered in as a comments list questions. I don't know.
Let's see.
And it just says when you select a question, it marks the time code on the YouTube video where the question was addressed, so future videos viewers can skip directly to answers for their questions.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that is neat. I don't know.
So if I were to comment test question. Let's see.
I'm just wondering where it would show up for us to be able to. And it just says when you select a question, it marks the time code on the YouTube video where the question was addressed, so future videos viewers can skip directly to answers for their questions.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
The delay?
Whoa, what just happened there? So if I were to comment. Okay. It's like. That's weird that it's so far behind.
Oh, cool. Okay. Ask your audience to submit their questions and they will appear below. Did you type a question in or no?
I typed test question. Do I have to?
Did it come up?
No.
Because it's at least available now in that Q&A spot. Is it on yours?
Right, yeah.
But just it doesn't have anything under question.
No, it just says ask your audience to submit questions and they'll appear below. But how do they submit questions?
Submit question. Because it's at least available now in that Q&A spot.
Hmm.
Okay, that doesn't help. Doesn't tell me how to use it. It's at least available now in that Q&A.
Okay. Stop playing in the background.
You need to mute it.
Oh, that's what I should do. Great idea.
Yeah. Great idea.
Okay, mute. Also, I hate this because I really gotta like make sure my hair is like actually done for Monday night.
I know. I'm like, I can't. No more PJs. Like, I actually have to.
Heather and I had this conversation one time about like, can you just wear pajama bottoms while on a video call because like you don't need the bottom.
Right.
And I always say like, yeah, sure, whatever, like just whatever, and people are not going to see that. And then one day I had to get up and I was in a meeting with the GYD, and they asked me for what was it, like the last book I read, and I couldn't remember the name, so I just got up without thinking about it. I got up and walked to my thing, and it was like kind of that. I'm pretty sure I didn't come into full view, but there was a good chance of like something. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, that's exactly what I needed. It was like for my campus missionary interview. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't guess that they didn't see anything because I don't think I'd have this job if they did.
Okay, so
And I just realized we're recording, so I gotta make sure to delete this.
right. Please do. On the on this thing, it's like support for Google. It says if the host turned on the Q&A app, you'll see a section on the right side of Hangout on air to post a question at the bottom right corner of the viewing window. Click ask a new question.
Wait. Cause, okay, I was watching on YouTube, and then it said speak part of the conversation.
Okay.
So then once I click on that, then what just happened? Then it pops up over here, and I can do something, maybe. Where did you say it was supposed to be?
It just says, where am I? It just says at the bottom right corner of the viewing window, click ask a new question. And then it says type your questions, click submit, and then you can also choose to delete your question.
I don't think this is going to work because I'm logged on to it. This is so weird.
What if do you have like a separate account you could log in
on? I'm logged in under the Millenniration account to comment, but
is it still on your computer though, or is it on your phone?
Still on my computer. I guess I could do it from my phone. Actually, let's see if this will work.
So it's just on YouTube? Is that how you get to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't suppose you titled it, did you?
Testing 2. Not the best. Here, I can copy and paste this link for you in chat.
How do you search for it on your...
on the bottom right corner of your screen that says links.
Yeah, but like I want to use it on my phone.
Oh.
I don't know.
That second link there is what I clicked on from my phone. But it wouldn't let me click over to the Google Hangout version of that. Q&A. Oh, okay, wait. Let's see. Testing.
Yeah! We got it!
Yes!
So it's coming with the questions. And then I think, I don't know how to do it to select.
So I select a question.
Currently,
so I'm talking about this stuff, this test question, which is awesome because it took forever to figure it out. And then I click done. So yay! And then, oh no, but there's number 2. And then it pops up over here, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Are you the one who can click on it to start it out?
Yeah. Oh, can you click on it?
Like, what do I click on?
There's this select.
Nope. Yep. Only you have that availability.
Okay.
So whoever's the administrator or whatever is the only one that can do that kind of stuff, but we can all see it and contribute.
Okay.
I'm glad we got this figured out now.
Oh yeah, that would have been horrible.
It would look so dumb.
Okay, so then what we want to do is make sure to tell them to click the join the audience, because that's slightly different from just the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is where it'll be stored afterwards, but it's not until they join the audience and then they click this little right hand.
So we send that on like an email or something?
Yeah, somehow we're gonna have to send this on an email.
Okay, yeah, why don't you send that out in an email? I don't know how soon we should send that out.
The problem I'm potentially seeing though is that once you go off air, it ends the broadcast. So there's no way to get this link until it's on air, except for sending the...
I know, Jordan. You saw that too.
Yeah. Stop it. He's not talking to me right now. Okay. I have to turn off notifications like that sometimes because it just doesn't work.
What was you saying? The problem you were seeing?
The problem I'm seeing is, you know what, I think the best thing to do is just to give them the YouTube link because that's at least a steady link.
Right.
And then once they're there, then they're going to have to click the be part of the conversation. And if they have questions, then they have to click that. If they don't have questions, well, then that's fine. We don't have to deal with them.
I'd say send them an email letting them know how to do that because you could definitely explain that a lot better than me. So.
Okay. Yeah, today's the 9th. When do you think I should do that? As a reminder. Definitely Monday morning. But
yeah, definitely on Monday morning. But I would say, I mean, did we let them all know like already about the webinar?
Yeah. So, you know what? I just realized I didn't CC you or Heather on that email to the team. I am so sorry. Y'all didn't add it to the.
I mean, technically, we can just hack the Milleneration account and just go view and see everything you're doing, but.
Yeah. Well, that was sent from the MailChimp.
Oh, yeah.
I've forwarded to people from the Milleneration account too, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that email, it had like 4 things they had to do. So it was write their articles, join the webinar, order shirts, and I don't remember what the other one was.
That's all right. Cool.
Oh, like it's on social media.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the simple things they had to do. So this next one will probably just be a reminder about the webinar mainly because while we're on the webinar, we'll remind them, hey, your articles are due soon.
Yeah, the first ones. Because, yeah, we'll want to get them that, and then is this including, like, all the writers themselves, too? Like, basically anyone, right?
Yeah, they'll be all the writers.
Cool.
And we'll direct any new writers that come on board. We can just direct them to the recording of this.
Right. Do we want to have like maybe because I feel like everyone's gonna have questions too much. I was gonna say maybe we can have just like the lead teams discuss like how the process works with their own teams, but everyone's gonna be on there and no one's gonna know what to do. So it'd probably just be best to at least tell them what's up.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're just gonna get a bunch of questions on it. Cool. And we'll say try to keep it to like an hour and a half. What are you thinking?
If we can keep it to 30 minutes, that'd be awesome.
Hallie's like 30 minutes. Let's do this. Okay, then I'm gonna say 30 minutes to an hour, man. Because it depends on how many questions. Like we could get our stuff done in like at least that time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like as long as we're done in 30 minutes, then have whatever time is up for discussion.
I think we'll just have discussion a lot, like have them ask questions whenever, because that'll probably be easiest. Because otherwise, if we have to go back and address something, I don't know. Or what are your thoughts? Save questions till the end, or just kind of?
Yeah, I think save questions to the end, unless we see something pop up that's like uber important at that moment.
Yeah, we'll maybe see the questions, and then like if it just brings up something we have to still remember, we can like address it. But otherwise, we just won't click on them and officially answer them till the end.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll start with that intros. You'll probably do that picture PowerPoint with like the who's who for all of our team, like all of our leads. And then are we gonna discuss roles or what is you want to do? Are you gonna do a who's who, but like just a general overview of like, or no?
Yeah, I think just a general overview of like these are your editors and anything, and then we can flash a listing of everyone's names. I'm not gonna Facebook stalk everyone.
I'd say I put pictures to only are like the core team, the 5.
5? Okay.
And they won't need us because they'll see us live and in person.
With our messy hair. Yeah, can I make up for it? Can we like find the worst photos of our editors that they have?
What?
Question.
Yeah.
You're not going to be anything to keep anytime soon, are you?
No, I'm not. You should. Hey, Holly, you should tell her that Rebecca needs to like write and take pictures for Milleneration.
No,
because
you're funny.
Because you're.
Hi,
hey.
I'm the little sister.
She's very.
Yeah, I'm finger knitting. That's how talented I am.
Yeah. You are a millennial. You graduated from high
Because,
school.
I might go pick up Annalie and Schmidt for the night. Then we're going to see
Yay.
tomorrow together.
Fun.
For movie.
Movie and pizza. Holly likes pizza.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. We're going to see how well that's going to go.
That's okay. What was it? It's totally off topic, but it's okay. It's not a business meeting, so.
Farewell.
Unofficial. Yeah. I had, what was it? I don't even remember what it was. I had like dessert though, but I had like dessert for dinner, like or lunch or whatever before before a leadership meeting. Cheesecake. Was it today a bunch of cheesecake? I don't know. And then like this morning, my breakfast was rhubarb and ice cream, rhubarb dessert and ice cream.
That's the way to go.
I mean, it was good. Okay. Anyways, so intros, you do the leads, and then do you want me just to kind of explain like the overall flow of how stuff is going, or
Yeah.
just like I'm not saying like everything, but I think what I'll just do is like give an overview of okay, what happens from start to finish, just a quick process, just and then I think what we'll do is we'll at the end of that we'll probably send out the current playbook. It's going to be hardly anything right now, but it at least have like the somewhat of a playbook that they can at least like see the bulleted points and stuff like in an email. That way they like they know. Or we can. It's either that or we can like take the individual sections that like apply to them and send only that part to them so they have something. I'm just trying to figure out how to make that information available to them. Or do you think we don't?
Is it important for everyone to have the at all? I mean, I feel like the writers, they don't need to be worrying about what's going on in the back end. They just need to know I submit.
Right. Yeah. I submit.
And like honestly, I wouldn't even mention like that we're communicating with Slack or anything like that, because then it sort of feels like, oh well, I'm not part of the team.
Right.
So we might just want sort of, I guess, that not really front end, but the middle section of it to address.
Right.
Everyone's writing, so it's important for everyone to sort of get that anyway.
Yeah. So maybe, this would be an option too, maybe like later, is if we use this more of an intro, hi to everyone, this is basics of what the millenniation is about, and then to maybe say like in a week or so have like a meeting with more of do like the same style of it, but don't do the writers. That way it'll be more, because everyone else is going to be actively like involved, you know what I mean? They're going to really have to know the process, whereas the writers themselves.
Well, I feel like that's sort of editors, although we sort of left it up to them to sort of develop their own process within their teams.
Right.
So some of them, like, who is it? Daniel, for instance, he has a team of, I think, like 4 or 5 editors, which basically comes out to like 1 editor per subcategory. So if he wanted to, he could just say, hey, everyone take 1 category, also a kind of overview at the end of it. And that others, like Paul only has 3 people in his, but it still comes out to about 1.5 categories per person.
Yeah. So
he could do it slightly different, as long as the end result and their communication with the writers and with the design team are consistent.
Yeah.
Nothing else needs to be consistent. They can have internal structure however they want.
Yeah. I think that's good to just leave it basic up to them. And a lot of the stuff is kind of open-ended, saying this is what has to get submitted for this. And a lot of this stuff, it's going to, it'll depend, because it's not going to all like fall on the same time. Like if we say, we do have to pick a consistent date though for when articles are going to be due. I think that should be consistent.
Yeah, I think the having it at the 30th is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, because then that makes it like the 30th. But just saying, if it's due on the 30th, someone could have a submission that's like they submit it in the first week, or they had something else. You know what I mean? So it's not all going to be coming in at the end. So it's like, then, I don't know, it'll just kind of help with the flow of stuff. But, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just have them run it, and then maybe we can say by the end of August, have them have like all the leads submit what they're doing with their team to us, so that way we can put it in there for if anyone ever has to step down. But give them time to like,
To work on that, yeah, and figure out a process.
yeah, to get a process. And then what are we still doing? And this kind of is up to you guys. I don't really care, whatever you want to do. Because originally we talked about how like you're gonna handle all of the like first communications kind of thing. So anyone, any sort of like business kind of opportunities, stuff, that kind of email communication, using the Millenniation site, and then like first point of contact for like outside submissions or new members or stuff.
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure how important it is for the writers to know, because none of us are in direct contact with the writers.
Right.
But the leads all know what's going on with that already.
I'm just saying, like, who do like, because right now, like, well, that's one of the main things. Like, we have you as like first person contact, as well as like promotions person. Like, that's who they contact you if they have questions. Are we still doing? You want the editors, or if they have like any internal type questions, like who, like, are we devising that up that way, or does it not matter who they come to for the lead team?
I don't think it really matters one way or the other. And we can sort of have, I don't know. Yeah, to me, it doesn't really matter one way or the other how we want to do it. I think all of us sort of know what's going on in every direction for the most part, and I think you do. That's because you're the one who put together the whole playbook, and you know everything better than any of us.
Are you serious? I'm playing catch up here.
Well, yes and no, because a lot of like Heather and my communication is just like ESP type deal. We look at each other and like, yes, go. So
yeah, I know you guys are all impulsive.
We really are.
Yeah, you are.
I don't want to call myself that, but yes, yeah.
It's okay. Heather called you that, so that's.
We'll use her term. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, one way or the other. If you want to split it up specifically that way, I really don't care.
I mean, we can. The only thing that like I have on there right now, because I know, like, Heather is going to be the one person for our design director,
right? And that's just
that there's no one like else we can do it. So the only other thing that we had was I had you done as like I put people person / first point of contact.
People person, huh? Okay.
I couldn't think of anything creative, like, because you're the one who like knows everyone. So you're the people person.
Can we like come up with really cool titles? And I was thinking about I think it's Buffer or Hootsuite. One of them has like Captain of Social Awesomeness is their title. We just need to come up with really cool titles for everyone on the team. Like promotions director cannot be promotions director. It needs to be like superhero. I don't know. Give them like crazy job names.
Yeah,
they're fun. Who was it? Someone, I don't remember who it was. I was one of the editors was like on their profile, because like in Slack you can like create a little quick about me type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I texted to them because I was like, what on earth are you talking about? Why on earth are you talking about this? Actually, was my question. It was editors / writer / birther of amazing ideas.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
I was just like, I guess you can call yourself that, but that's a little whatever.
I am checking Slack right now. Seeing what Jordan has to say.
I know, I just saw it. Opening that, I was like, unread messages.
We are really gonna have to do some finance like meeting soon. I know. I have to know the original stuff from Heather, but we have to figure out what we want to do with that.
Let's see. I like the way to get show podcasts. I like that sort of marketing psychology aspect that he pointed out, that it exists to give value to millennials, and this is a valuable thing. Yeah, that's a good point. We're still pushing sales right now though, but I don't think that we should give away on the countdown just because of shipping costs.
Right.
I don't want to ship.
I don't think so. I think it would be. I think t-shirt giveaways or giveaways of any kind are really good. I've seen them run through like YouTube, my YouTubers that I follow and stuff, and they can be like done really well to really boost your own stuff because you make them like follow you on all the social media accounts and like you have stipulations for like the contest or whatever, and you're like, okay, you have to do that, and then or like you're like, okay, repost like a picture on Instagram or something on Twitter so that way their followers see it. It's not just they're following us; it's they're getting other people to hear about it too, just by reposting stuff. So I think that would be really good and a way to like do that. The only thing that I was like about doing it now is just we don't really have a place for them to like see what it's like. So their friends are like, oh, this is cool. Oh, it's a countdown. I might forget about it because it's not an actual site where I can see it. You know what I mean? Forget to go back if they're not like gonna be. You know what I mean? That's the only thing where. It's
yeah,
like,
same thing between that and the shipping. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That's what I think, doing it at the launch where we're physically there and can make that personal contact with them. And
how would you go about doing that though in an effective manner?
So or just like, say it was repost this photo or whatever type, if we were doing it through Instagram, then we've say every 20 minutes or whatever we choose someone that has reposted the photo and find them, contact them, say, hey, find this right this second and give us so we can give you your shirt.
The only question would be sizes.
Yeah, I would just say order all large or all medium.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes it a pain for.
It does.
Because that's. I mean, I love the concept, but it's not like we have like a warehouse full of a bunch of different sizes that we can really fit them with. You know? Because I know like that's always like there was one time where we had that similar thing happen where we won a package and we had a shirt or whatever, and they told us, okay, you can go up here at the end and trade it in for your actual size. But it was just, but we don't really have that. And so I feel like if we're going to go all throughout the trouble of giving away a shirt, which is really cool and a big thing, that it should
be their size. Yeah.
Be their size. So that's why, I don't know. I think it would be cool to maybe still do a giveaway, but what if we did like just like a Starbucks card or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could do. I mean, if we could.
You can still have the same concept.
Right. Same concept, and yeah, I do think it's something else to work. I just want the brand to get out there, and that's sort of more, I think, my focus.
Right, and it will, I think if you really want to do a giveaway for like at the actual event, I think that might be a better way to go. I mean, you could still have whatever. I mean, you're gonna have You're like.
Sorry. You said Starbucks, and anyway. Florida District, I saw on their Instagram for their youth camp like last week, they hid a bunch of Starbucks gift cards around their campground. Or maybe it was Wisconsin. Was it Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I thought it was Florida.
We had some too, I think.
You all might have both done it. Anyway, yeah. But both of them just sort of went with the idea of, this is a card, but they just gave the casing of it, and then they had to go find them for the thing. That might be a really cool way, because then they still do have to be looking for it, and then they take the photo of it, which with the hashtag and an actual tagging of us on social media.
Do we have a lot of? My only question is, do we have a lot of like people who are going to be at that hyphen event?
That will be the thing we're going to find out. We have about 500 people right now. I don't know how many people will be at hyphen, but we do have 500 people following us on Facebook. On Twitter, we have like 40 people. Okay. On Instagram, about 20 or 30. We haven't really built that audience base up. Tried.
The Instagram is definitely going to be the way to, or Instagram and Twitter, I think, are going to be our main forms. It's easy to like something on Facebook, but in our generation, we use Instagram and Twitter a lot more. It's going to be hard, though, because Instagram requires someone to be taking
Oh.
good pictures and post. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like,
And we'll
you
also
have to
want to be branding it also. Anything
right.
that's
So I like that idea. And we could still try it. I mean, even if we just did one $5 Starbucks gift card or whatever, or two $5 Starbucks. I mean, it's still enough for a drink, and we can even be saying stuff like the week before or whatever. You know what I mean? The week before, posting stuff about NAYC using the hashtag NAYC. You know what I mean? And the hyphenated event, it'll allow it to get seen, and then we can also encourage anyone of our team who's going to be there, even if they're just a writer, to like repost stuff about it. That way it at least gets the information out there for now, at least.
So we should add NAYC to our meeting for Monday as a talking point of what we're doing.
Okay.
And also I don't know, do you see in the channel for NAYC, did you see my message there about the hotel meetup?
Yeah. So did anything really big change? It sounds like it's a different hotel, but it's still across, right?
Yeah, it's still across. It's just I had the wrong name.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So this one is actually better. It will have a full suite. I'm guaranteed a suite, so we have space to work and sit and hang out and stuff like that.
And something that everyone are on vacation right now. They will be back on Monday and Sunday for meetings, so hopefully we can talk to them on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that I like the idea of doing the Starbucks. I think we should go with that. I think t-shirts, giving away t-shirts would be cool and something we definitely want to do. Like maybe we could say like this fall, some way to like hype up, get our name out there more. But it definitely just needs to be done in the right way, and that way we can get them their actual shirt size. If they want. You know, we can.
I really would like to give them something more. I think that the Starbucks is going to be a great promotion to get people really engaged, but I do want them to be taking something back home with them a little bit more than the cards. I don't know what. I still like the button idea. Now that we have money, I love buttons.
Now that we have money. Okay, just a random question along that fact. How costly is it to pay for our to keep our site up each
Nothing.
year?
We've the initial was $65 for the first year, and I think it's $30 after that.
Every year?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's at least. Okay, so this year's already. So is it like it's not calendar year? It's just like until next. Whatever. Whenever you purchased it, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
And that's like for all of like the domain and handling and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And we can bundle up a couple of years into one in that purchase of it. So we can get a discount by doing that too.
Awesome. Let's try to do that. So maybe, I mean, I don't know how far in advance, but I would say definitely take some more money and just plan for that. Because we can always say, oh, we might have more money, but at least say, I don't know, if we can bundle up, like I'll look up. Well, I don't know what sites we use. What site are we using to host? We're using
Logos to host.
Oh, Logos to host?
Yeah.
Is that who we pay?
We aren't paying anyone for hosting. It was just a domain registration.
Domain registration. Is that through GoDaddy?
I think so, yeah.
I'll ask Heather. Just to see how much that is, because then we can say, we'll for sure budget that out. It would be probably cheaper, yeah, to like do it in, I don't know, 2 years, 5 years, something like that. I think 5 years would be as far out as we'd want to go.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but then that's cool. I didn't know how expensive it was going to be, but then that way we can just say how much we want to do. I think buttons would be cool. I just didn't want to spend a ton of money on them. And I didn't want to have too many.
Yeah, I don't know on purchasing stuff of what we want to do as far as all that. It'd really be cool if we could get Kirsten Keller behind us in promoting this. I know we aren't officially GYD approved, and so she wouldn't be able to give an official push. I was helping a friend that's, the one that's launching Apostolic Gents and trying to get him connected with Apostolic Man. because it's basically the same mission, just with a younger demographic target. And we were basically flat out told that, you know, because it's not a UPC endorsed thing, and because they were also going to be working across organizational lines, that they really couldn't help promote. Whatever. So I have a feeling that Kristen would probably say the same thing, but she might at least reference our articles, if anything else, on their social media stuff. That's probably the best we can ask for her. But she might also be nice and give us a promo time. Like if we, I don't want to say buy, I really don't want to buy any promo time.
I don't think we'll necessarily need it. I mean, we all have enough connections. We just have to get each of our own youth groups and churches and hyphen groups to get connected into it, and then that itself, like, just blows up. Like, if I got Blake Soto to join in like the Millenniation stuff, we'd have girls all over the place to follow it. And then
can we get him to retweet a couple of things? Like,
okay, another off-topic funny story. So they just were doing this, like, they're just funny. So Blake and some other guys were hanging out, and they took a picture featuring, and it had Blake and another guy. His name's Seth Graper, so he's just another friend of ours. But obviously not as popular as Blake Soto or whatever, at least. Well, he doesn't really care because Blake's done. Anyways, that doesn't matter. But he had him, Seth had him, like, have Blake mention his name and, like, say, oh, I wonder what would happen if he said, like, go follow her at his Instagram account. And he got, like, 10 followers, like, that entire day from people that followed, like, Blake. We're like, oh my gosh, like. So yeah, it does work. Like.
That's awesome.
It's kind of cool. But, I mean, it just shows you how connections work. So it's like, I feel like we're not going to have to worry too much about that kind of stuff. I think it's going to take some time. I'm surprised how fast it's already, like, blowing up, you know? Like, via Facebook.
Yes and no. On the one hand, like, I am surprised because I didn't expect it to get that big. On the other hand, you know, like, if we could, we were waiting for 21 days to really start pushing social media, and that's why I haven't asked her yet. But Tiffany Huba has a site called Apostolic Advocates. I sort of talked to y'all about that last time. And she basically, within a week, hit 1,300 likes on her thing. And I was like, well, I think we can do a little better than that.
Yeah.
So, but I've also been watching their analytics. Huh?
Was it before or after she launched?
They haven't launched their website yet.
Oh, they haven't launched it yet?
Completely on Facebook and Twitter. I don't think their Twitter's is popular, but their Facebook is. And a lot of that just has to do with, like, it's Tiffany Huba. And she's a huge social media influencer within the apostolic movement.
Right. So I think that definitely helps. And I think that's what our main thing. When are we going to turn over the reins to our promotions team for handling that?
I am talking with Caitlin. So she was the one that I had to meet with either today or Saturday. She said that Saturday would work better for her. So once I talk to her, then I'm just like, take it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'll work, and that'll really help. Just tell her to take it and run with it. Obviously, we'll be looking at it. It'll be a lot easier once we have content, because then we can, like, post our title images. Ooh, that's another thing. Oh wait, are they square images?
No.
They're not widescreen images though, are they?
No, Jordan's gonna be designing them to fit Facebook's parameters. And if we share anything to Instagram, which really doesn't make sense because Instagram doesn't let you click through on links. Although I guess we could just say now on millenniation.com.
Well, you can update that link. Because a lot of times what people do when they want to direct someone to a link or a new video, they'll just say profile page or whatever, and that's just the newest link of their current thing. Like, we do that on our Surge account, and, like, when we have, like, a new video promoting, like, a sermon series, they'll, like, just say, you know, click bio, link in bio or whatever, and then you go to the bio on their page, and that's pretty common. So it's not too bad. Obviously, we'll still want it. But
yeah. So strangely enough, with our social media, like, this is really weird. So everything that I've ever done with Logos and Ecclesia and, you know, the other couple of accounts that I manage through them, nothing has ever really worked well as far as sharing blog posts and articles and stuff. Like, it's always super duper low engagement rates.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I guess people just don't like reading stuff. But the stuff I've been sharing for Millenniation, it just like goes crazy, like engagement rates off the roof, off the charts in here. And like, I don't understand really why.
Yeah, it could have been like, I've never had an issue. I mean, though it's like my personal friend like base when I share a post about something, but like there's been a couple posts like on my personal account. I don't think it transferred, but it's like I've gotten a ton of reads on it for me and stuff.
From personal pages, I have a ton of reads too, but from business pages, I don't. And that's like where that weird, why is it people don't click through on things? But the reach on some of these, like something we shared last week about the most and least, or the top 100, or list of, I don't remember, but like the most Bible-minded cities or whatever like that.
Yeah.
It got shared to like over 2,000 people, and we don't have that audience directly. So the reach is pretty, and the engagement rate with that was actually pretty high too. So people were clicking on the link and reading through it.
Yeah,
so,
that's pretty cool.
That was always like my weird things. Because so then this week early on I tried doing like quotes from different big name preachers that would have been like relevant to us.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. And those are usually the ones that get really high engagements. Like people will share and things like that. But no. So I'm really confused as to what's going on with us.
The only thing that I could say with that is a lot of like ones that we've really done are like something that's like just happened. So like if we do that same thing at like NAYC when we're like putting preacher quotes on there, they'll get super high engagement rates. And also we just have to just make sure to use like hashtags and stuff like that because that's how people find them.
Right.
For, like, cool stuff. I know I've done that. It's easier I think at like smaller things like at camp because then you're just like, oh, let's search whatever, but
right.
I think it'll work. I don't really know enough about social media. We have one guy in our Hyphen who like runs our social media accounts for Hyphen, and he does an incredible job. He took a bunch of classes, so he knows a ton about that, which is super crazy. But
from your perspective, do you think it would be valuable? So I can talk to Caitlin about this on Saturday. But do you think it would be valuable to have us from NAYC?
Have what?
Have us live tweet NAYC.
Like,
I'm sure there'll be a ton of other people, but like, so like as people are speaking, bring up quotes from them, taking pictures and posting them immediately, like happening now. Maybe doing a Periscope of something at some point. I hate Periscope.
You hate Periscope?
I do.
It was really bad because you know who Chris August is? Like he's a Christian singer. August. So he was Periscoping today, and it just came up as like live on Periscope. I'm like, oh, this is bad. And he's like giving a concert in his living room, and I'm like, this is so bad. It's just like, and he was just all chill and relaxed. I don't know about Periscope. Live-ish tweeting I think is okay from NAYC, especially for stuff that pertains. I think, because like I know we've done that like with even like preachers or something, or they do it right after that. Because Seth Wood. He runs our like social media accounts for our church, and I know he'll always like make sure to take a picture. Like every Sunday, we're always posting something, so take a picture of like the preacher or an event or something that's happening, and like he'll put a little blurb and post it on the different social media, obviously pertaining it to Instagram, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. So I think it definitely is good, especially for people who are at the events, because then they're gonna like them and they're gonna favorite them, and it's gonna it gets notified because, like, you know, the Twitter has that cool thing where if, like, your friends favorite a tweet, like, it'll show you that they're like, oh, hey, this person and 2 other people favorited someone else's tweet, you know, and then you're like, oh, hey, what tweet was that? And, so I think it's cool. You just can't go overboard.
Right.
Especially, I like the preacher quotes or if we're involved in stuff and like Instagram, if we're wearing our t-shirts and we get involved in anything or like meeting up or like you know, I don't know, like we can like some of our team will be able to meet and get together for the first time. We're gonna have cool team pictures, you know what I mean? So that kind of stuff I feel like will be really cool to like introduce us to just the readership. So yeah, I think that's gonna be hard though, because we don't want to blow up social media. Like we need to limit it at least to, I'd say, like 3 per day. Like
Right. And I was saying that for Facebook definitely, but for Twitter and Instagram, I think we can maybe do a little bit more.
Twitter, I think we can do more. I'm not sure if you want to do more than 3 posts for Instagram, especially. I mean, it depends on how far out they are, because you don't want to like blow up someone's feed and there's like, oh hey, there's
Right.
5 1 hour ago, each of them right in a row.
Right.
Have you? I haven't. I have to look up what her like social media accounts look like, because I want to see how she goes about doing that. Like how she just runs her own personal social media accounts. I'm gonna stalk her.
Do it. Her personal social, I mean, I've sort of unfollowed her for other reasons, but just, yeah. Anyway.
I'm just talking about like how she like
she engages with so many people, but the thing is, like, she has a lot of people she just like never connected with at all, but they just sort of randomly add her, mainly because she's like gorgeous. But
she is gorgeous. I already saw that.
Yeah. So she just has like a lot. I think she told me that she like ran her own analytics on her page, and something like 85% of her friends are guys and of those, like, most she's never met. But they engage with her on social media and stuff like that. And she like does a really good job of engaging back, but I just don't have time for that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, and I think that's right. She'll be good. I think our social media is the one thing we have to be like the most, I shouldn't say careful with, but like that's our image. And so it's like, I don't know how she's like, how like her team, like even though like they're qualified, but we just want to make sure everyone's on this. It's funny because you can tell who writes stuff. Like we have our Surge account, and there's 2 people who have access to the Surge account, and one's a youth pass, and the other just says the guy who does the music or whatever, because he's really good on social media. But it's funny because you can tell who writes what post, which is okay to have like different voices, but you still want to. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I think she and her sister Charity are the 2 voices there, and Charity basically just does the video stuff. So it's mainly just Tiffany on Apostolic Advocate. Yeah. So, yeah, well, I gotta hop off here.
No problem. Thanks for trying. And make sure to delete it.
Yes, okay, so I will do that before I do anything else. Stop broadcast.